Yeah, mate. First impressions that I do like your setup here. What's that 4 hour chart? Definitely. There's nice support down here. In theory, price would not come back down a third touch to the lows if it's going to be fairly strong. So let's look at it here. Like, it's up 5% today. When did you post this? And you're 5:48. What time is it? 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I posted here. When you tag me, it's still not showing up for some reason. I've really, honestly, no idea why that is. You seem to be the only person. I don't know if it's your settings. I didn't do anything at all, so I'm not sure if you did anything. Anyway, let's have a look here. The worry at this point is, there's a bearish stop hunt. Does this need to fail and roll over to take liquidity back down? It doesn't have to. The other thing is, it may want to do what it did back here, right in here, in the fact that it does need to move up and it wants to close up and above the moving averages, and that would imply that it's going to come back up to the highs where you are looking at, and that's very possible. The other thing is, there is reminiscence of back here where you get the big move up, and then you get the wick, and then the next candle is actually red dropping back down. So I do like this setup, but there's also a slight concern in the setup that it may want to come down here to take liquidity down in here, back down in here. So that's my concern of it. Now, if on a new week you flip red on a new week, just like here, well, you need to be very, very careful. What you want to see on a new week, obviously, is more something like that, where there is continuation, and then that would be closing strong on the month. That would be closing strong on the month like it did back here. So you want to see that continuation. You don't want to see the weakness coming into the coin. So let's break down to lower time frames here. Well, here's the problem as well. At this point, this is a little bit of a bearish engulfing candle, and we talked a minute ago about the possibility of opening up on a new 2 week and actually flipping red. Where is my tool to flip this red? So that's the worry. This is a bit of a bearish candle. No, it's not closed yet. We don't know if it's completely bearish or not, but that's the worry, that this is potentially closing bearish and it could get continuation to the downside. A little bit like here, when you move up, there is a bounce, but the bounce then drops and flips red. So just be careful of that on a new week. So the last time that something like this happened, you can see right here where we get that bearish rejection that closes below the previous candle in a bearish engulfing manner, was here. Okay, so what did happen is we did actually bounce back up and that rejected back down. So you want to be careful when it moves up into the top range here. If it is going to be bearish, then it'll reject up here somewhere. If it is going to be bullish, it'll pop up. Let's change this again back to green. If it is going to be bullish, price is going to continue to push higher and take out the highs of this red candle. So it's a slightly bearish setup, to be honest, but it can, all setups can fail. If this fails like this, well, then it probably should go quite a bit higher. But you need to be careful, because this is technically a bit of a bearish pattern. That does imply that there's a good chance we can dip down into here before going back up. This there's mixed signals off this, but again, right now we have just had a bearish stop hunt on the 4 hour that you also need to be careful of. That is now a potential trend reversal. Of course, it doesn't have to be, but technically this is slightly bearish now below this white line. So you just need to keep an eye on that as well. Is this overall a bearish head and shoulders that we have now formed? A shoulder, a head, and a shoulder that wants to come back down, maybe down to here, or down to here to take liquidity. I'm not sure yet, but this is a dangerous territory where things could actually reject. Now, I don't mean to sound overly bearish. If this is going to be bullish, well, this white 100 moving average in theory should hold the price and we should go higher. So, your trade here is still, I like this. I do like the risk reward on it, but there's mixed signals on it. If it is going to be bullish, then this should, I wouldn't enter right now, especially after this bearish stop hunt and the bearish start flipping bearish here. I would let it drop and then see if it gets closer to the white 100 and then maybe start to enter it.